Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. We're back today with our Sunday live stream. We do have some massive thunderstorms rolling through the area right now. So if we do lose power, we might have to cut the stream short. But they said by 2 p.m. today, which is in 1 hour, there should be a lot of thunderstorms coming through. So let's see who we got in here. It looks like we have Kevin and Case on. Lazarus, Restless is on. Anthony is on as well. What's going on today, guys? So we're going to get into a couple summons. We're going to use some of our furniture, try to build up Merlin, and then we're going to focus into chapter 20 or 36 at this point. Javid is here. Lucky 7 Brawl Stars is here as well. All right, so let's go ahead and we will get into the summons real quick. We're still building Merlin. We got a signature item. I've noticed his signature item doesn't really seem super effective. The plus 30, not that super effective. But a lot of players that have been testing him, now that we've had Merlin out for a couple days, they have said that his 9 of 9 furniture is the necessity. That is the biggest thing because it does the 35% damage mitigation when the battle starts. And of course, the 3 of 9 increases that by an additional 4 seconds, which the furniture on him is a big priority. What's going on, Dark Plane? All right, so let's go ahead and we got a couple stones here. And then we have a couple, I think we only have 2 stones. So not too much going on. Right now we're at the very tail end of the Battle of Blood. So we haven't got very many summons. We've already done the Misty Valley. Overall, not too much going on in AFK Arena. But here we get Drez and we get Silas. Very nice. Still need a couple more, or not Drez. I don't know why I said Drez. Kren. Got a copy of Kren there. But we're still looking for Zyra because we want to pull some of her resources out of here, out of the heroic ship. We only have a couple more days and we're still looking for Desira. We have 6 hours. So Moria will actually be gone today. Desira, we still have 2 more weeks to pull some loot out of there, which I am hoping. Who do you recommend to build in the Challenger store after Aziz? Funny you should say that here. If you've seen the video that I just put out, Merlin's coming to the Challenger store in 60 days. So honestly, after building Aziz, I would probably go with Zolrath. Big thing, Zolrath or Athalia. Zolrath seems really strong. If you've used him in the Battle of Blood, he has been really, really strong, doing fairly well. Some people build Athalia, but ultimately after Aziz, I would probably go Zolrath. It seems like that's a really good, solid choice. Does well in PvP, is in a few campaign formations. But out of these, the only other one would probably be Athalia. Big thing with Orthos is good. It does have to be built quite a bit, but he doesn't have any damage mitigation. That's kind of the big thing there here. What's going on, Sheen Evil? In chapter 27, any suggestions how to level up the resonating crystal? Lucky 7, buying stuff. That's really it. If you're going to level it up quick, purchases out of the shop, picking up these, the hero essence, or going into and doing the bounty board will make a difference. But it just takes time. Honestly, it really just takes time when you're in chapter 27. You just build up resources. The game isn't meant to be won overnight. If you are progressing faster than you think, you'll hit a wall. Once you hit a wall, either you can wait it out, you can get more resources, or you can put currency into the game to make progression. That's really it. What's going on, Milo? Doing really well. Just got done cleaning up the grass, got the pool set up for the kids, so they are all set. With Merlin, Orthos finally gets some use. Yeah, exactly. Orthos looking a little bit of use. Just managed to do 37-19. It's hard. Yeah, because 37's never got a nerf yet. So we haven't seen any of the differences as of right now to 37. 36 is where the last nerf came out. Which there's an elite, guys, from our companion points. It is a copy of Warwick. We need Warwick. We still only have him at Mythic Plus. Building out Warwick would be awesome. Do you think Lilith will put dimensional emblems in the Challenger store if you've already bought Merlin? I would think so, Dark. I don't think they would just drop it out. So there will probably be another area in there to go ahead and pick those up. In my opinion, Athalia is more profitable to do than Zolrath. Look at that, guys. A copy of, there she is, Desirous. So we got one more. So Athalia, Sheen Evil, from a lot of people, a lot of different players' perspective, they've been kind of either or, is what I've heard. So Zolrath, a lot of people build. I hate Zolrath. I don't have Zolrath built on any accounts. I hate fighting Zolrath. I don't have Athalia on any account except my main account because that was the first account when Aziz was nothing and Athalia was what you wanted to build. I like Athalia because Athalia can dominate Ainz. Guys, look at that. The card brings us another copy of Desira. Very nice. Pisa Chem, my already free to play. What do you mean? Not sure what you mean there. I'm not in 3560, bro, but you're leveling your hero. SI. A lot of retries. Yeah, a lot of it is just retries, guys. Honestly, that is really it. So when you look at my progression, a lot of players have said you should be a lot further. You should be a lot further in the campaign. We only do this. The last time we pushed the campaign was last Sunday, or it might have been even the Sunday before that. So we only play this and we only push the campaign when we live stream, guys. That means we're very limited to what we run in the live stream or the time we have. So we have 4 pulls here. We're still looking for Moriel. Hopefully we can get 1 or 2 more copies before she has gone out of the ship. Just a couple resources on that one. Got a Mauler card there. The Celestial and the Hypogean Tower have been just dropping cards like crazy. It's absolutely cool to see how many cards. All 40 of these cards are out of the towers. So there we go. We got a Wilder cards there, so no more copies of Moriel. But that's okay, because we got quite a bit of resources. And I'm hoping we got another copy of Kren, got a copy of Desira, which is good because that is going to give us more of our Pokecoins. So she is going to add a star there. Still got to build her up a little bit. What's going on, Falling Crystal? Thank you for joining us. So Athalia is the second choice. So there you go, guys. So Javid and Sheen Evil, I would agree with them. Building out of here, go ahead and build Aziz. Aziz is the big priority. From there, Athalia. I trust the advice of Sheen Evil and Javid both very, very much in answering questions. Athalia, remember, is a huge counter for Ainz. You can put her specifically on a target, and even using her in the Battle of Blood, Athalia burns down targets super, super fast, guys. It is absolutely crazy how fast Athalia can burn down targets. But that is exactly what she is built for. What's going on? Nani? Doing good. What's going on, Tazdid? All right, so out of the heroic ship, there we go. So we got 6,000 more Pokecoins there. Moriel, I guess, will sail. We're not getting her built out at this point. Dust from the Celestial. Yeah, the dust, the emblems that we're getting, and especially the emblems specifically for the Celestials and Hypogean heroes, every chance that you get, or every time you get those emblems, those are less red chests you guys got to use. So just think of those as banking them, because those are less red chests essentially that you have to use, which helps in the long run. All right, so in the workshop, we got 3 cards on the table, still looking for some more furniture for Merlin, as well as a couple other heroes. Queen, we almost got completely maxed out. Orthos is close. Kazard is close. We have a lot of heroes that we're building here, guys. 17,000 Pokecoins already. Pokecoins we pick up every single day, which is good because they do just amass. Lately, Aziz has only been used as a battery energy. Thorin, Lucy comps. So another big thing, Daniel, is Aziz is used for the Twisted Realm. So there we go. There's another piece for Orthos. He's used in the Twisted Realm. He's used in a couple campaign stages. He's used in a couple team comps. He's used in multiple places that he really shines. He's used in all of the Trials of God. We've seen him in there for all of the trials. And again, when you look at his abilities, he can cancel ultimate abilities, which is huge. I mean, honestly, that is absolutely huge. So that takes Orthos to 7. He has a crowd control. He can do attack mitigation. He's an energy battery. Plus, he can also, his last ability, well, canceling ults, but he is very strong when it comes to the support. He can stack everyone together and mitigate. What are the main minimum requirements for the Queen Skarath comp? The higher you can build them, Robert, the minimum is you have to have Skarath at 3 of 9. The big thing with Skarath is he doesn't do his pull if you don't have that 3 of 9. All right, so we're going to use our cards here, guys, and I'm going to finish out Orthos. He's at 7, so we're going to pull 2 more copies of Orthos here, so we will take him to 8. Which is awesome. Remember, his 9 of 9 with Orthos, when he ults, the hero with the highest attack rating will still move, which is pretty broken, especially if you're running Orthos with Athalia. It's a very solid combination. But there he is, guys. Orthos, 9 of 9. Completely maxed out. We still don't have any here for Raku. Haven't gotten lucky whatsoever with Raku. Let's see, who else do we want to build in here? Pippa, we're almost built. We still have a lot of heroes in here to build, guys. Look at the line that just goes on and on and on with the amount of heroes that we still have to build. See, we're pretty close there. We could build Zorath. We could go Mizoth. We could go, let's do Athalia. We'll build Athalia pretty soon. Yeah, Orthos 9 of 9. Definitely worth the stop. Finally, I have Damien at Ascended and level 180. What comp should I focus on for him? Damon is one. Jordan, specifically with Damon, he just needs support. That's really the big thing with Damon, is the more support that you can build for him, you have to let him get his blood shield up. You have to let his survivability to build. So the more support that you can build around him, the more crowd control you can build, the better he'll have with survivability. When you pronounce names, AFK Arena, it feels kind of unique. Oh, yeah, I know, Max. Even going back to years ago when I started YouTube, I knew the pronunciation. I'm from northern Michigan, and we're right next to Canada, which speaks Canadian. They speak French. It's a very weird blend of where I'm at. Even when I traveled a lot with the military, everybody couldn't pinpoint exactly where the pronunciation or where my accent was from. It's really unique to where we are. And a lot of the words, I've talked to other people that live here, and it's the same pronunciation, which is funny. What do you think of the new Merlin Ainz Thoris comp? Yeah, we've been trying a couple different ones in here, which I don't think, you know what, let's drop Orthos in here and let's see what it looks like. Let's see what that looks like. Remember, we want her in here to go ahead and buff up Arthur and buff up Ainz. We have Merlin in here, which I'm hoping Merlin can live. And then Orthos, of course, is going to allow Ainz to move. So let's see what this does. See Merlin there. Orthos even went down pretty quick, but we're just looking for the ult, which I know in the campaign it is going to take a trial of, or it's going to take multiple attempts to get this down, which we might have to swap out. Orthos might not be the best choice in here, because even there, the crowd control, see, he's dying way too quick. Boom, there's one ult, which wasn't enough to take them down. But that's okay. We got a brand new Victor, brand new sub to the channel. Thank you for subbing. You can win without him. He is a necessity. His damage reduction and all the buffs you mentioned are relying on him surviving with the new level deficiency. Might not be the biggest necessity, Daniel, but he's a very strong hero to have. Honestly, that's really the big thing with him, is he is a strong hero to have, especially with some team comps. We've seen Aziz work very well in a lot of team comps for a significant amount of time. Even when you look at the other 3 to build in there. So Athalia's good. Athalia's a hero, you know, you're going to build. Which here, guys, this team, I know this team can do it. This team has done it before. We've actually won with this battle with this exact same team setup. But just going to take some RNG to get this one done. That's okay, guys, because during this time, it gives me time to answer a lot more questions. We know, again, this is going to take time to get the RNG down, to get it to work but it looks like it did right there. That's what we have to do. The RNG to work. In Joran, we got another subscriber there. Who do you suggest to gaze for, Mizoth or Khazard? Yeah, Khazard has a ton of use. Honestly, it's very, very strong with Khazard if you can get him to ult. The big thing with Khazard is difficult when it comes to survival. He's a very much a glass cannon. If you can't get him to ult, if you can't get the CC to work with the crits, Khazard will die really fast. Mizoth I still want to build. He's definitely on my wish list, but Khazard with his crowd control is really strong. This is another comp we were using with Lucy and the 5-pull. So this one consistently seems to do very well, especially with Sophia. Sophia getting some use in here again to make the stage look very easy. Am I having a good day? Absolutely, Max. Haven't got much sleep. Most of you know we did a garage sale this week, and a garage sale takes a ton of time. I still have a ton of stuff to put away from the garage sale. We did very, very well with the garage sale, and it was a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. We're open 8 to 5 every day for 4 days. So again, it was a ton of work to get it all done. Desira shuts down for it. Yeah, Desira is very strong, guys. If you haven't built Desira, she does have to be quite a bit built for the damage mitigation, for that Oceanic Mist to work. Big thing with her is people don't like how long it takes to get that healing over. That's really kind of the big thing, is they don't want, it just takes a while for her to heal. This is a comp that I've been trying to use, and here is Aziz right in this one. So this one relies on Mahira and it relies on Rose. We're going to try this a couple times. I don't know if this one's going to work, but we can always try it. So we just want Mahira to ult. That is really the big thing that we're looking at here, is just getting Mahira to ult over and over and over is what we want to do. So if we can keep the crowd control up on the enemy team. But see, I think the big thing with this that I've noticed though, is with the totems, we see Mahira turns around. If the totems do happen to almost fall behind, or if they do fall behind, she turns right around. But there is just the spamming of the Mesmerize, having the enemies just kill themselves. And remember, we almost won there. That's okay though, we'll get that. Can you protect Orthos with Alna? You should be able to. I also think Desira is weak. Sheen Evil, that's what I've heard from a lot of people, is with Desira. Yeah, and that's what I mean. The healing that she does is way too slow, is what I've heard from a lot of players, especially when you start getting the level deficiencies, is the healing is way too slow to be effective. The wave, the Oceanic Mist has to come out faster. If it doesn't come out fast enough, you don't get that mitigation, especially if your heroes are on the enemy side. It's not going to reach that far, and it's not going to make it that far. And this one is a form of the Speedy Lizard. I love the Speedy Lizard comp. Even though we don't have Leica in here, should still be able to get this one down. There we go, guys. Boom, 3612 is complete. So another boss stage down. I want to add you to my friends list so you can see some winning formations. Currently 3636, Crystal 410. Saying that especially for 3616. Yeah, there's a couple. I can check my friends list. I know, Daniel, there's a couple formations. There's a couple battles that are just absolutely insane. Which here, I think we're going to swap out Gorvo. We'll swap in Lucy. This is the comp we've been using for a little bit. But Lucy can't die right off the bat. That doesn't work. Desira is like Lucius on low-level deficiencies. Works, and high-level doesn't work at all. Yeah, it's sad to say that when it comes to the higher level deficiencies, that it's just about crowd control. That's what I've really heard and what I've really seen is it is just entirely about the crowd control aspect. Which here I'm hoping Lucy doesn't die in a second. Might have to try the Eins comp in here because they're dying really quick. And Sir David Donald Davidson. Sir Dave, another new sub to the channel. Yeah, we might have to swap the Eins comp back into this to make this one work. So we'll go ahead, we'll collect them out. And see, I don't know. I like Merlin in the comp, but we'll have to see exactly how well this works. Because we got an alt, we got Ezio. Ezio usually takes down targets really fast. It's not too bad. There we go. I just found your record for 36-12. Oh, yeah, the record's in there, guys. 36-12 is done. So 36-14. We'll just continue in the progression here. Are you close to any AFK Arena YouTubers or Reddit? Not really, Max. I've talked to Vulcan before. I've talked to Linker before. I did a podcast with Linker a little while ago. A lot of the other YouTubers, I don't see very much of a presence. I mean, short of some of the videos. Soviet Gamer, I've talked to a couple times. But overall, I don't really, me personally, I don't have a ton of time. That's really the big thing, is between work, between kids, between YouTube, between everything else. There's not a ton of time. There's not a lot of time to do a lot of things. Which Celestial or Hypogean should I ascend between Athalia, Orthos, Morel, Zephyriel, and Mizoth, Mortis, Leofric, and Khazard? Out of those combinations, Athalia is really good. DZA. Athalia is really good, just like we talked about. And I would say Khazard. Mizoth is good, but Khazard, Mizoth, I would do Khazard first. Mortis, you don't really have to get built. Leofric, I haven't seen many places that Leofric is being used. Honestly, I don't see him in many team comps. I haven't heard that much about him. Usually if a hero's broken or if they're really powerful, you'll hear a lot about them. And I haven't heard very much about him at all. Yeah, I'll check it out in a little bit, Daniel. Is it 36-16? Yeah, we'll be there shortly. If we need... Oh, Thorin. Yeah. The Thorin cheese, you guys seen my Thorin cheese video a while ago. Thorin cheese is super hard. I can't get the Thorin cheese to work. Very, very rarely did I ever see it or ever get it to work. Which in some of these battles, we are just getting destroyed. Fighting these, it's anytime you fight Leica is really strong because she has a big, the energy boost, the energy and haste at the beginning. But there's an alt. Just got to get lucky with these alts. We'll be able to take it down. Put chicken in front of Lucius, not Leica. Otherwise, Shamir will target and kill her. This is the basic. Chicken in front. Oh, not Lucy in the front. All right. We got about 130. I think we're at about 130 deficiency, so not too much. There's the alt, which again, fighting right here with Isabella as well. Isabella is a pain to kill. When I asked Linker about Leofric, he said that he has a lot of used on 40. Oh, in chapter 40? Yeah, and again, a lot of heroes, I think, are just much further than I am now. Leofric is still quite a ways down the road as we continue to build a lot of these heroes. It is just going to, it's honestly just going to take time. It's going to take time. It's going to take resources to build them. And Lilith keeps just pumping out more and more and more heroes. So what is this? This is the Flora stage. So this is what Daniel was seeing. I do recommend seeing the mechanics of Thorn as it was shown a new way to upgrade to the cheese using a tank unit with barricade. Yeah, this is going to be, let's see some of these winning formations because we have quite a few in here. I just want to see that third one. Thorn and Flora. The Daemon comp. Daemon with Raku in this one, which we could try Daemon on that one. This one is Alnagrez and Daemon on that one too. This is the Ainz comp. So they just used Ainz with Mortis in there. Merlin, so that's a very new one. And some of these levels, I mean, they're on 521 and they're going through here. And then Thorin comp again. We'll try it. We'll give it some runs. We'll see what we can do because here's the third stage, which Flora might be able to buy a little bit of time there. Because the Daemon comp worked there as well, and then the Ainz comp worked there as well. I wonder just killing them out quick enough. Would you say Athalia over Moriel to build? Yeah, the big thing with Moriel is the only place that I've seen Moriel that has been really effective is her being used in the Twisted Realm. So that's really the big thing. I've seen her used in the Twisted Realm. Outside of there, I haven't seen her used very many places outside of the Twisted Realm. That's what people are kind of building her for. Beofric is somewhat the same as Mortis. He's useful in some comps and stages, but is a niche. Yeah, and that's what I don't like, Max, is I don't want to build heroes just for, you know, one specific battle. It's going to be just further down the road. I mean, honestly, that's going to be the big thing is building some of these heroes further down the road just because we don't have the resources to completely max out all the heroes day one. It's going to take time to get it done. What's your top 5 hypogens? Lucretia, of course, number 1. Lucretia is just absolutely crazy when it comes to anything really. Aziz, Mahira, Khazard. Then between Zolrath, see, I want to build Mizoth. I built Zolrath just because we've been getting him out of the shop. But I want to see Mizoth, and I want to see how strong he is to tank. That's what a lot of people have said, is he's super, super strong when it comes to the tanking aspect. And that's what I want to see. I want to see that tanking aspect and how strong he is. For low spenders and free to play Athalia for no matter how much spending Moriel. Yeah, Moriel's just expensive. Like I said, with a lot of these heroes, guys, it's just the sheer cost of them. They're expensive to build. A lot of heroes in here are just expensive to build. They are costly to build. Again, we've seen a couple different comps in here. I'm thinking maybe let's swap out. We'll give it some tries though. I know it's going to be quite a bit with the RNG here to get this to work and to get it to work well. We do have the barricade on Albedo, so she can kind of guard there. For now, Mythic is enough for Khazard since his plus 30 is the key point. Yeah, Khazard plus 30 is really strong, guys. That's kind of where exactly you want to have him at. And I hate the shields. Namora, dealing with Namora is always pretty tough. The Flora stages, guys, you have to love and respect the Flora stages. The Flora stages are horrible. Yeah, we could try Ezio for Prince. Maybe do some stuns in here because they're both pretty geared up. But I'm hoping Prince, there's a stun. There's his recall. So I'm hoping Merlin can give some of that damage mitigation when he ults, is what I'm thinking. The new deficiency actually rises to 200, 220. I got two really close to 200 being free to play. That's one of the reasons I don't quite like the idea of building Aziz. Yeah, like I said, Aziz is a hero. He's used in a couple different places. That's really the big thing. There are a few places where Aziz is built. For most players, I mean, a lot of players, oh, could we take her down? We got Flora down. Step in the right direction. Doing good, Tyler. How are you? Do you think there will be a meta change with the upcoming changes to the class bonuses? Yeah, the class bonuses, I was kind of reading it, and some people said it is going to be changes to the class bonuses. Some people have said that it is going to be changes to the that it's going to be changes to the Heroes of Espria event. So I've heard of both ways. Some people said no, it's going to be permanent changes. Some have said no, it's not permanent changes. So I want to see what it's going to be. It is really going to be the big thing. Oh, we almost got her down. She was almost dead there. That was very, just need the RNG to work, guys. Doing good, Keck. How are you? Use Nara for Tassie. This one, which faction do you think the new hero is? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought the new picture, just looking at it, hearing what they talked about, I think the new hero is going to be Maulers, is what I'm assuming, that it's going to be a Mauler hero, which will be interesting. Yeah, if they do changes, if those changes do go live there, the unit, with class bonuses, we're going to have to see how it looks. That's really the big thing, is even with a lot of the heroes here, a lot of them will look really good on paper, or it makes sense, it works. And then when it actually gets into the game, it's different and it doesn't work how people think. Yeah, that's my thought, Javid. I think it is a Mauler as well. That was my thought. Looking at the picture, it definitely looks like a Mauler. That would be very cool. I hope they just don't throw another ranger in there or another caster in there. I want it to be Mauler support. We added Desira for a second Graveborn support. We need another Mauler support. I hope it's just not another Mauler mage. That's what I don't want to see. I don't want to see just more of the same. I want to see a class that's going to change the Maulers. You too, Jack. Have a great day. Yeah, they need it. Namisu cannot keep up with everything. They need, especially, I think, a little more utility to the Mauler faction, which would be cool to see. I think it would be awesome to see a little more utility with the Mauler faction. How long have I been doing YouTube? About a year and a half. I think it was December of 2019. It's around there. So probably about a year and a half, maybe a little bit longer. But yeah, it's been about a year and a half. Primarily AFK Arena. All the YouTube has been primarily AFK Arena. I do test some other games every now and then. We've been playing that Moonlight Sculptor for a little bit, which is a pretty cool game. But it's been probably about a year and a half max. What do you think about this comp as an Ainz counter? Albedo, Arthur, Grez, Ainz, and Merlin. It could work, Daniel. I mean, that one could definitely work. Albedo, Arthur, Grez. If you put Athalia in there, I mean, the Ainz counter, if you have Merlin and Athalia can kill out Ainz super fast. You will absolutely destroy very, very fast. You'll kill out Ainz, which maybe we got it. We got it, guys. There it is. Boom. 144 million damage there. 715 million damage from Ainz. Look at that. That is the bear stage, guys. Absolutely. Which this one, I'm worried about this comp because we know that Satrena is going to go straight back row. And of course the totems. The totems are devastating for this team. But look at that. They just literally walk out and die. Yeah, I mean, 112 level deficiencies, not too crazy. Not too crazy bad. We might have to swap out some of these heroes if they're just going to get absolutely run over. We beat the hard stage. Now we can't lose on the easier stage here. Is that Rowan? Is it Rowan 3 of 9? Can melt Ainz? Yeah, Athalia, again, Athalia, if you have Athalia on Ainz, Athalia will usually, if you have Athalia maxed out, will absolutely destroy Ainz so very fast. Didn't notice that this is a stream. Wondering why the video started. Oh, yep, Lars, it is a stream. So if you have questions, drop them in there. Do I have Raku? Raku we have built, but we don't have built to where he needs to be. He has no furniture. He does have no furniture, which is tough because I would love to see him built a little bit more. We've used probably about 50,000. I would say probably about 50,000 Pokecoins. We've never seen one piece of his furniture. Not single one. Not a single one. Yeah, we might have to try this a couple more times and see if we can get the crowd control off pretty early. Namitsu's totems in here just absolutely tear us up. Because see, if she's mesmerizing backwards, it doesn't work. It nullifies it all. Yeah, he's down here. Just seems like he's there we go. Didn't die off as fast in that one. Remember, Scragg's also pushing back. Yeah, we might have to try if we can do a little bit of support, possibly with Isold. Keeping Isold up for a little bit. We also have Desira too. If Thorin, you know what, let's try Thorin. Maybe he won't die as fast. And you know what, let's follow. We'll try this. This has worked before, which it probably won't work here. We've actually had Isold with Rose. But see, even here with the totems are just destroying us here. What's Namitsu doing? 16 million damage. Yeah, swap Brutus and Road. Yeah, we'll have to try which Thorin Cheese I know is not going to work. See, I don't like the formation. I like the Mihira comp. We could also do Khazard. Khazard in here is also a possibility. We need Brutus built up a little more. I would love to see him built, just absolutely having him built. We have Orthos in here. We still have Tailene too. I just wonder for the fact they'll probably kill Tailene, but I was hoping Tailene could keep them up a little bit longer. Yeah, see, Khazard. And that's the problem that I find with Khazard is he works really well if you can get the RNG to work. If you can get him to survive, because if he takes up 1 or 2 hits, especially there with the totems, he folds really easy. Using Raku Mythic 30 and Crystal 400 around your stage, and he works more than amazing. Yeah, I try to get him to work. Let's do Rowan, Tailene, Isold, Mihira twins. Oh, that worked yesterday. So we'll go Rowan, Tailene, Isold, and again, hopefully they can keep them alive. Rowan, Tailene, Isold, Mihira, and twins. which I don't think actually twins are in this comp, which I'm not worried about. This one's going to be the tough one. The twins and Mahira. Definitely could work. There's the crowd control, which very nice. So Isolde's still up, but might just take some RNG. Because again, we're living there. There's some stuns. So if we can get Isolde built, we can get the crowd control there. And I think it's just going to take some RNG here to get them to work. Orthos plus Alna in the front line with Lucretia back line, getting Orthos to alt, allowing Lucretia to blast through enemies. Yeah, we've already used both of those, Robert. We've already used, I think Lucretia was in the first or second one, maybe in the second combination she was used. Man, some of these enemies just hit so hard. This is the problem that I found with Isolde too, is it seems like he dies relatively quick. If you can't get him to scale, he dies fairly quick. But even having most of these heroes geared out, having them plus 30 signature item, having them 9 of 9 furniture, still just getting destroyed pretty quick. Isolde for Verk. Yeah, every time that I fight Antandra, guys, she is just an absolute pain. I have the exact same experience every time I fight Antandra. She just burns through heroes so quick. Which low tier heroes do you want? Might be viable with Merlin. What do you mean by lower? What do you mean by lower teams? See here, Mahira. You could even try the same with Khazard. Unless we could make Aziz work. I wonder if... Because I wonder if here, if we could get some of these alts off faster. Again, trying to mitigate some of this damage we're taking. Slow burn, but usually Talene can do it. I'm wondering, what's going on, Act Free? The Raku team was close. Yeah, they might have to swap Raku back in here. If we could keep... Again, if we could keep them off Raku, just like we've seen, because Isolde died fast last time. But if we could actually get the 3 of them to work together. Again, I think we just need to get the RNG. And we'll have it. It's so funny when Raku dies, when he just falls over with his belly up in the air. See, Antandra is just pops him one single time. Antandra's up front. Boom. She just absolutely devastates it. Let's see. Might have to just swap Orthos up front. Just thinking again, if we can get the slow burn here with Talene. Try to get some of the crowd control. I meant by Khazard, Rowan, Rose. Yeah, we can try it, Daniel. Let me see. Khazard, Rowan, Rose, Mahira, Raku in that order. Khazard and Rowan? Khazard and Rowan. Rose and the only two light bearers, of course, that you use at all. Mahira and Raku. There's the recommended order. So we have Rose probably following, I'm guessing, Mahira. Yeah, because I think the front line, I think Antandra's just going to destroy him way too quick. Got the ult off there. Still, Antandra doesn't care about the ult. We got to keep Raku up. He is dying even to the totems. There we go. Got some RNG. Might have it. Might have it, Daniel. We might. We got it. Look at that, Daniel. We got it. Wow. Look at that. The RNG worked. Mahira 292, 122 by Raku, 189. Look at that, guys. Rose put up 189 million damage. Wow. Look at that RNG. That's crazy. We got it down, guys. Didn't know if we would, but that was close. We got it. Very nice. That's what I think we're going to have to work on this team too. Let's see. What else do we got for support? We have Nemitsu in there for support. Let's try Desira, just because, again, we don't have a big level deficiency. I know that was crazy. That we got through there, guys. That was good. That was awesome. This one, I just want to slow it for Damon. Like I said before, Damon is a hero. You have to buy him time. I think we got it. Boom, we got it. There we go. We got that one done too. That is 36-16, guys. Another boss stage done. Awesome. Very awesome. Yeah, exactly, Preston. That was not very expected at all, but you know what? That was it. We got it done. We got it done with that combination. And I believe Ainz is on the I think he got confined. I don't know how Ainz fits in his little tiny coffin down here, but need one more ult, which we should have. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Space Trooper. The stages get a lot more difficult, especially when you get back to the 5 teams. The five teams was super hard the first time. It is very difficult to get through 5 teams. This is truly, in my opinion, where it gets difficult in AFK Arena is when you're dealing with the 5 teams. Because it's kind of a lot of RNG, and it's a lot more RNG with 5 teams. Is Zyra actually meta for late in-game PvE content? No, Preston. A lot of people have said that nobody's really using Desira. The big thing with Desira is with her ability, the Oceanic Mist, it is way too slow and pretty ineffective if let's say she used her Oceanic Mist and it covered the battle, great. That would be super effective. Since it slowly rolls into the battle, especially if you're on the enemy side, it's not going to hit you for multiple seconds. So by the time you need the healing or by the time you need the damage reduction, it's not even there. It's already too late, essentially, is the problem that we find with him. Which heroes do you think can use the new mage artifact? The new mage artifact, I haven't found much use for. Even looking down here at the artifact right there, the Winged Warden, the attack rating is low. So it only gives you the 5%. Most of the other artifacts give a 10%. There's a very small haste boost, but here the wielder shall steal health regeneration and energy regeneration from the attacker. It only happens once per battle. So I would rather have something that's going to happen multiple times per battle or something that is going to bring more stats. That 5% attack reduction makes a big difference. And again, it's missing from the artifact. So Desira now has the same problem as Ullard. Yes, exactly. Desira is way too slow. That's kind of the problem, is with that Oceanic Mist, it is far too slow. Currently building Khazard. He's legendary plus elite, so 1 left. Can't wait to use. Yeah, Khazard is really strong, guys. Again, he is definitely a glass cannon, but you have to really protect him. If you can get him to ult, especially if you're running him like we did, if you're running him with Rose, he can devastate teams. It is RNG when it comes to his freezing ability because he has to crit the enemy to freeze. So you can make it work. A lot of it is just RNG. Use it on Thorin, Lucy Cheese as their expendable allies, Lors and Pippa. Yeah, again, some of the heroes, they need to rethink some of the artifacts. Honestly, that's my opinion. Especially because they made a lot of the artifacts that are further game or more end game, and they don't have a big use. That's where I'm kind of disappointed with the artifacts. If people are still using the call, so we've had a total of what, 2 support artifacts already, with the 3rd one on the way, and everybody still utilizes the call, just like Rowan. Everyone still uses Dura's call. What's the point of all the new support artifacts if everybody's still just using the same artifact that was originally an AFK arena? It doesn't make sense for them to just release artifacts essentially no one's going to use. So let's swap in Prince. I think Prince is geared up too. Yeah, Prince we've been building too. Who cares about Khazard's ult? Who cares about Ally CC? Did you just see Mahira's permastun? Yeah, I like the permastun. Mahira, remember guys, Khazard has the ability, which that's probably why he died so quick. Right here, during the duration, most negative debuffs, which are currently affecting all enemies on the battlefield, are 60%. The duration is 60%, which I don't even know. Yeah, we don't have much gear at all. We're very short on gear still. But the crowd control aspect will allow Mahira to crowd control more. There's the Prince's recall. See, the Prince got a stun there, which I love his crowd control. We need to get him to that 9 of 9. It looks like we're going to get this one down this time. Just got to try to kill out Brutus. There we go. Got it. From Panama City. What's going on, James? Thank you for joining us for the stream. We're in 3619. Oh, guys, here's Athalia and Satrana. This is going to be a fun one because we're going to have traps too. It's okay though, because we're making some progression. which is the main thing. Every time that we're here, if we can get through a couple stages every single time, don't use Celerities on Brutus or the Shroud artifact. What do you mean? Don't use Celerity? Don't use Celerity on Brutus? Oh, you mean the last battle? I think we might have to swap. Let's go in the middle, try to get Rowan's damage mitigation. The alt almost took him out. That was close. Does the God comp still work? Not really. The God comp has, the heroes in the God comp seem to be a lot more effective outside of the comp. So outside of the God comp, it seems like they're a lot more effective now than they have been in the past, than them working together in the God comp. It'll still work probably in a couple formations, but like I said, a lot of players have dropped the God comp. It seemed like when Alna came out, Alna really changed a lot when it came to a lot of different team comps. I feel like that was one of the big changes, was when Alna dropped. A lot of the team comps changed then. How essential are Namora 9 of 9 and Ezio 9 of 9? Namora 9 of 9 is the only reason to get Namora to 9 of 9. For that Beguile ability right at the beginning is super powerful. If you don't have Namora's 9 of 9, she really is very inadequate. Honestly, this is why players use her, is the 9 of 9. They usually put her right up in position 1 or 2 and use this Beguile ability right off the bat, allowing the rest of the team to buy time. I don't know anyone who uses her outside of that 9 of 9. As a healer, she's not too good. Her shields are not super effective. Her heals are not super effective. So it really doesn't make that big of a difference. You have to have her 9 of 9 to be effective. Ezio is nice to have. So Ezio with the 9 of 9 is a nice combination to have, just because of the extra smoke bomb effect. But again, 9 of 9 for Ezio is not a priority. If you're running him, again, it's nice to have. Namora has to have that 9 of 9 or she is super ineffective. So we made it, guys. We are 1/3 of the way through, 36-20. We got a couple minutes here, so we'll answer some more questions. And that will do it. We'll collect up some more loot. So we made it through a couple stages, which is exactly what we wanted to. So 2 more boss stages done. We're moving through chapter 36, guys. Not too much going on right now. I'm waiting to see exactly what's coming up, if there's going to be any new events on the test server. We've gotten pretty far in the Battle of Blood event. We're already down to, I think, 6,800. So we've gotten a ton of chests out of here, but we're almost done. The event is over in 2 days, but I think the battles are over in 1 day. So you have tomorrow, guys, and that's it for the Battle of Blood and Redeeming of the Warrior's Glory. Do you have any ideas on how to deal with double banish Falx and Tassie in the campaign? I carry as Oden, and I can Nara pull Falx, but Tassie banishes the Daemon. On that one, Hitesh, you really just need more support. The big thing is you need support, whether you're running a Tassie or you're running a Rowan. Running some of those stages, especially where they have double crowd control, you want to have at least double support to really counteract what they're putting out there. It'll work because you have to have the ability to survive, where Daemon will be the only hero left. Providing either crowd control, like you said, using Nara to pick up Falx. Tassie is going to be hard. Tassie is always hard. Tassie is difficult to deal with. But again, providing either more crowd control, because Tassie doesn't do that much damage. Falx doesn't do that much damage. It's just the crowd control aspect that you have to live through. Nara on Tassie. Falx can't banish Daemon from the Blood Shield. Yeah, there you go. When Brutus roars and dodge is gone from Celerity, our hero Shroud. Shroud helps a little, but Celerity heroes. Yeah, I hate Brutus's roar. very difficult to deal with. Did you see the new Wandering Bloom? I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the new Wandering Bloom. I'll check it out if I didn't, because Windfall Gorge was the last one. Is there a new one up on the test server, Shamar? Let me know. Who is a better carry, Iran or Saurus? Honestly, the priority really falls to Iran just because he is so strong. He does a lot of damage and he has a big crowd control aspect. Saurus is good. Saurus does need to be built. He's used in a couple twisted round battles, but Iran ultimately needs Leica. The big thing with Leica is the burst. So they have to be very, very strong when it comes to the burst aspect of it. If you're not running Leica with Iran, you're going to be missing out on a lot of the damage. How long have I been playing AFK Arena? Probably going on 2 years. I think it's pretty close to 2 years. Why is Ullard part of the new God comp? People on Discord say the new God comp is Ullard, Alna, Lucretia, Merlin, Oden. The big thing with him is the immunity. So when you look at that copy, or Oden, Alna is going to push forward. Lucretia, that's kind of a weird comp. Let me look at that comp because that doesn't really seem to make sense. It's a weird combination of heroes. So if you have Ullard and then you have Alna Lucy, which again, that really doesn't seem to make sense because you have two powerful heroes. Then you have Merlin and then you have Oden. So yeah, you have a mage, a support, a mage, and then that just seems honestly, Commissar, it looks like it's super overkill because Alna is going to work a lot better with Grez, with Daemon, with those comps, especially with some more Graveborn, including Oden. Ullard, I could see probably shielding. Alna is what I'm assuming. And same with Merlin, the damage mitigation factor. Lucy can work in the 5-hole. Lucy can work by herself in a lot of formations. So this one, I feel like you're utilizing too many heroes in one formation. Even Oden can run the portal party. A couple different team comps there. I feel like this is super overkill when it comes to the heroes. It could work, but when you start getting to multiple teams, this isn't going to work at all. Honestly, you're going to have to break some of these heroes into different teams to really make them work. With Falks, use agility heroes with high dodge. With Tassie, lock her out with Nara or Athalia. Yeah, and that's another reason to build Athalia there. I'm on chapter 36. I want to ask, what heroes do I need that are essential? The essential heroes in here, honestly, you want to look at the teams. Miss Exerf, looking at the teams, so looking at the Ainz teams, looking at the five-person teams, even the ones that I have here, looking at the Lucy Cheese team, the Portal Party, the 5-pole, Energy Cycle, a lot of people do, Graveborn. There's a lot of different combinations that will work in here. Every single combination has kind of one or two heroes that are going to be kind of required. So in Ainz, you need Ainz and Albedo. For the 5-pole, I like running it with Lucy and running it. A lot of people run it with Queen, but you can also run it with Lucy in here, which works well. You can run it with Titus in here. You can run it with Sophia, works well. There's a couple, again, primary heroes pretty much in every formation that you need to have. Like Alna Grez or Alna, if you're running Alna Daemon, have to have Alna built, have to have Grez or Daemon built, which will work in the formation. There's a couple that pretty much one or two key heroes of every formation that you have to have built. Prince, Sands, and Rowan ability are good. Yeah, absolutely. The Prince has solid CC, guys. The Prince is a hero I definitely want to build up and continue to that 9 of 9. We have his 3 of 9 right now. We're still building up all of his furniture, which it looks like I have another stone that we probably just got. I'm going to completely max him out. We need one more piece there, but we will completely max him out. For the crowd control ability, his stuns are very, very strong. Who do I recommend to Stargaze first? Mark, if you're looking at your very first Stargazer, I would do Twins. Honestly, I would take the Twins up to Mythic. The thing with the twins is, yes, you'll use them in formations, you'll use them in some stages of the campaign, but looking outside of that is when you look at a lot of other things in AFK Arena, when you look at the Abyssal Expedition, when you look at the hunting fields, when you look at the Peaks of Time, when you look at the Trials of God, the twins are utilized in probably more places than any other hero. Even through a lot of the events, utilize the twins. I would build them, just like Javid said, I would build them up to Mythic. The big thing with building them to Mythic, and this is what I stress, is when you get them to Mythic, you can build their signature item, which is going to increase their survivability. That's the big thing. They're used in almost every single Twisted Realm battle. You have to have them to survive. So if you get into a Twisted Realm battle, and when you get in here, you have the twins, you only built them to Legendary Plus, whatever it may be. When you look at these formations, the twins are in every formation that you run. Pretty much every formation has the twins. If you do not have them built up to Mythic for, again, that damage mitigation, they're going to die. So a battle that lasts a minute and 30 seconds, you might get 15, 20 seconds out of them before the twins die. You have to have the survivability in the twins to push the Twisted Realm. When you push the Twisted Realm, you can level up the Elder Tree much, much faster because you're getting your Twisted Essence out of here, which again is a really, really big priority because Twisted Essence comes in a very, very small amount every other day. That is why so many people push for the Twisted Realm and push to accumulate Twisted Essence because it's a very limited resource that you get. Even here with the Twisted Essence, I get usually 200 to 300 every 2 days, meaning it takes a total of 4 days to even level up one level of the tree. And that's if we get enough to get a level of the tree leveled up. Sometimes it does take 6 days to get the Twisted Realm, a level on the Twisted Realm, just because of, which we got some food there, just because of the level itself. Copy of Kaz, and then a little bit more food here. We'll just go ahead and use these. And I have these stones. We're just waiting for Merlin. We're building up Merlin. We're going to max him out. What's the quickest way to get elite heroes fast so I can get more legendary heroes? The quickest way, honestly, Jordan, is to purchase them. Honestly, that's really the big thing, is if you're looking to purchase them, when you get into the merchant right here, this Regal Rewards gives you a insane amount of heroes. You get a lot of the rare heroes every single day, but look at even here, that's 2 elite heroes. And then pretty much every 3 days you get or every 3 levels or tiers, you get another one. And then every 5, you get 2 more elite heroes. That adds up all the way down here to get a ton of elite heroes out of here for the limited amount. That's really the only way to get a lot of elite heroes fast is to buy them, honestly. Does the Prince drop off later game? I saw enemies could dodge his ults and his crowd control. Very late game enemies have broken dodge. So the big thing with his signature item, the plus 30 signature item, isn't a real big priority with him, but you're not really reliant on the attack rating for him. The big thing you want is the ability right here, is the recall effect. So once he dies, he'll do this recall. Once he takes fatal damage, he doesn't die. He does this recall effect. With the 9 of 9, he will actually use it twice in battle. So you can actually recall and save his life multiple times during battle. What's going on, Chris? Is a new event coming soon? There's always a new event on the horizon. The next one that is coming, I believe, is the Heroes of Espria. So probably within a couple days. It is very PvP orientated, the Heroes of Espria. So if you're not really big into PvP and if you don't have a lot of the priority heroes, you can push the Heroes of Espria though, and you do get a ton of loot. There comes a lot of loot depending on what tier you finish in. There's a lot to be caught up in there. You get a lot of essence in there, you get gold in there, but you get a lot of stones, you get a lot of loot out of there. Is Tassie or Silas better? They're kind of either or. Big thing with Tassie is, of course, she has her banish ability. She has her banish ability. She has her slumber ability, which are both very, very strong in the form of crowd control. Where you have, on the other hand, you have Sylas. The big thing with Sylas is his the plus 30 signature item. So a 20% increase to attack rating. Plus he also does offer the immunity with his ultimate ability. Very, very powerful hero. Both of them fall in the S class. So building either of them will do really well. Tassie is, again, solid CC, where Sylas is really good support when it comes to survivability and heroes. He has multiple heals, which helps him out considerable. But again, it's both being in the support class. Tassie provides the crowd control where he provides the healing. Yeah, Sylas, again, is very good just because of that 20% attack rating. Plus his furniture is good too, guys. The effects of his ability can be utilized by ranged allies whenever injected fury is used, allowing them to do essentially more damage, which is good. Isolde is a hero where a lot of late game, end game, Isolde has completely dropped off. So Isolde is a hero that we built a long time ago. Isolde used to be kind of unstoppable. When you start getting into the further level deficiencies, Isolde just gets destroyed. Isolde doesn't have enough time. Isolde doesn't provide crowd control. He just gets overpowered and he dies really, really quick. Again, he's good in a lot of teams. He's good if you can get him to live. When you start hitting, again, late game, end game, they don't use Isolde anymore. Isolde drops off because he doesn't scale where you have heroes like Daemon. Daemon will scale regardless of the hero. So right here, after using the ability Blood Shield, he gains 40% of the enemy target's attack rating, 60% of the defense rating. Again, looking at Daemon specifically, the stronger the enemy gets, the more attack, the more defense Daemon gets. He scales accordingly. This is where a lot of heroes drop off and why a lot of heroes don't progress into late and end game, even though they were a good earlier game, is this will scale with level. So if you're at 120 level deficiency, if you're at 150, if you're at 180, if you're at 200, it is still going to be 40% of the enemy's attack rating. So as the enemies get stronger, Daemon in turn gets stronger with the attack rating and the defense. That is why, exactly like Isolde doesn't scale like Daemon scales. And that's where he will kind of drop off, is there's only a certain, not really a cap that he gets, but there's only a certain percentage that he is going to get. And that's it. So his attack rating is increased by 1% and his attack frequency by 1%. The 1% is always only going to be the 1%. That is it, guys. So again, when you start seeing that level deficiency, the 1% is still going to be the 1%. It's not going to be based off, just like Daemon, on how strong the enemy is. It is going to be, it is always going to be the 1%. So as the scaling gets higher and higher, Isolde essentially becomes less and less effective. It is what happens just overall. There's going to be niche places to use him. There's going to be comps, just like what Sheen Evil said. Alna sometimes with Isolde together will work really well because she can increase the survivability of Isolde, where in a lot of places he would normally die. You can utilize Alna to keep him alive, but I like using Alna, and I use Alna with Grez, or I use Alna with Daemon. Big thing here, again, is with the scaling, the survivability of Daemon is going to be even further, even stronger when it comes to Alna because of the combination of both of those. What's going on, Philip? A lot of love from South Africa. I've been to South Africa 20 years ago. Very, very cool place to be. Are there any comps where Merlin could be built, or is it just super meta teams that need support? He can go into a lot of different comps. So the big thing with Merlin, they're working out the bugs. There were a lot of bugs with Merlin. If you guys have checked out Reddit, Discord, Merlin did come with a lot of bugs. His signature item wasn't working correctly. His furniture hasn't been working correctly. They had problems with the extension of his ultimate ability. As far as I know it, and maybe Sheen Evil knows the same, this, according to players, this has been broken as well, that they're not working in in conjunction, so I don't know if those have been hot fixed as well. But Merlin was coming out using his ultimate ability. It was only lasting for the 8 seconds. It wasn't getting the extension that we see here with his 3 of 9. Again, Merlin came out and he came out kind of broke. Unfortunately, he did come out a little bit broke. Not much Walker, Almas, and many other heroes, even all. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of heroes like Walker that no one will help. Walker just needs a rework. I'm not sure if they're just going to drop the hero and let them go. Currently, he's carrying my team, but I see he falls off. Yeah, Joker is good in a couple formations. Again, he'll come out kind of in niche formations. He works well. There's a couple different team comps that he works well because he's reliant on crowd control. So you have to have a team with heavy crowd control to keep using this ability. If you don't have a team with heavy crowd control, Joker essentially is super non-effective. What word are you? What word you are? Not sure what you mean. Best Hypogens into order if you can. I just finished Lucy. I don't know if I should stargaze for Mahira or Alna. Definitely Alna. Guys, the biggest priority in stargazing, again, once you get the twins to Mythic, is Alna. Alna, guys, is if you've seen Linker's tier list, if you've looked at a lot of different tier lists, Alna, Lucy, and Alna are the two biggest priorities. Outside of, again, building the twins, just building them up a little bit for the usability. Alna and Lucy are the two biggest to build. They are by far the strongest heroes that we have in AFK Arena. They are rare, but they are the heroes you want to build, guys. They are absolutely. Outside of those, yeah, Mahira will come in time. Again, not really a super priority. Mahira, Khazard, both very strong. I still like Aziz. I've always loved Aziz. He's never done me wrong. I use him in a ton of different places. Unfortunately, who we see that has dropped off more than most things is, bam, Talene. Most of the time, Talene has dropped off. Talene was the #1 priority for a significant amount of time. Now she has fallen off to the point, I don't know many players that use her, especially when it starts getting into the level deficiencies. She just dies over and over and over. She doesn't do much healing. She doesn't do much survival because she dies literally. They chain kill her with the survivability. She doesn't have the survivability in there. Having used Merlin very much, I won't say too much about it. A lot of players have said Merlin, again, is super, super powerful. Just have to have that 9 of 9 furniture. Because essentially, if you can come out into the battle and have a 35% damage reduction for 12 seconds. So just think about that, guys. So these, the heroes that are dying in the front line, 35% reduction in damage, as well as the healing ability. You can keep the team up with this 9 of 9 from the beginning for the first 12 seconds of battle. For most teams, especially, again, those first two heroes, their survival is needed to buy time for the end. To see the teams in the end, or the backline heroes, to have the survivability to live is absolutely what they need. So even putting Merlin in here, this will give, if he had his 9 of 9, a 35% damage reduction to these two, and it'll do the heal over here on them as well. Again, increasing the survivability of both of them. If Merlin dies, he of course turns into an owl and then he comes right back. But he's buying the team time to live is really the big thing that you want to focus on with Merlin, which makes him so powerful. Really sad what happened to Talene too, overshadowed by Alna and Lucretia. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And that's it. So Talene, again, used to be by far the #1. Everyone built Talene. That was the biggest priority. As of now, Talene has been backseated by a ton of different heroes, and they continue to just come out with more and more and more heroes to the heroic ship. We know we have Walker here, Leofric, we have Desira, We have Moriel here, which will be gone today, putting new room for the new Mauler. So my prediction right now is one, the new hero is going to be a Mauler. I think probably tomorrow we might see some patch notes on the test server. So when we see the patch notes, it'll probably be the new Mauler, I'm assuming, because we know Moriel will be gone. And of course, he will be gone as well. So by the time that the hero comes out, Moriel will be gone and the Prince of Persia will be gone, giving room for the new Mauler hero that will be up probably within about a week. So it's going to be pretty soon. Yeah, same Sheen Evil. I got to build them. Haven't gotten lucky with the furniture. But guys, thank you guys for joining me for the live stream today. We are doing absolutely crazy on subs. We are almost to 18,000. That is right, 18,000 subscribers on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But thank you guys for joining me today for our Sunday stream. We'll be coming out with some more AFK Arena content soon. Again, patches are going to be coming up. Maulers are coming up. Heroes of Espria event is coming up. Misty Valley is on repeat. We have just a ton of stuff in an AFK game, which is not very AFK whatsoever. So again, guys, thank you guys for joining me today for the live stream. Absolutely love doing these. I love answering questions. We do every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to try to get back into the Tuesday and Thursday live streams as well. So again, guys, thank you guys for joining me. Have a great Sunday. I am off to go shopping. You're welcome, Dark Blaine. Thank you guys for joining me. Have a good Sunday. And as always, thank you guys for watching.